Okay, welcome back to ENME 201, Careers in Mechanical Engineering. And today we have the pleasure of re-hosting Randall Chenworth, who is the Education Director of the Mechanical Contractors Association of the Metropolitan Washington area.
Sure.
Did I get that right?
Yeah, no,
Okay,
it's a lot.
It's a
big
lot.
one. Yeah.
Great. Well, thank you again for coming back.
Of course.
We really appreciate it, and I'm sure that the students will greatly enjoy your talk today. So, tell me a little bit about the association, what you do, who do you deal with, and you know, in the interest of students maybe wanting to join the local chapter. And and I want to congratulate the local chapter. We just found out that they won the Chapter of the Year.
Chapter of the Year, yep.
In the U.S. That's tremendous. Well, that's also thanks to you, because you're very engaged and you really make it attractive to students to join and be active in the association. So thank you again.
Of course, yeah.
And you know, tell me whatever you think students will find interested in.
Yeah,
and get their interest.
Sure. Yeah, we'll start from the top. So MCA, as we mentioned, it's Mechanical Contractors Association. So we're a group of 95 mechanical contractor companies. They range from companies as big as a few thousand employees down to 5, 10 people within the company. So a wide range of companies that we represent and work with. So really gives a good, interesting snapshot, and that's something I really appreciate working with it. Looking at the mechanical construction industry, right? Really, we get a chance to see through our membership alone, people we interact with daily and weekly, how different mentalities, you know, are going to be present within a certain size company or things like that. But our biggest reason for existence, we help to negotiate on behalf of our contractor companies with our union labor. So all of our contractors are signatory to a union, and that's mostly field labor, you know, as we mentioned, labor there, but. So we help to kind of negotiate that contract series every 3 years. That contract gets renewed, and that's our main purpose for existence. Additionally, we serve as education, networking, business development, a few different ways that all the ways we can find to help our companies, pretty much. You know, they help to fund us, so we want to make sure that their funding gets used adequately and for a value that they get as companies.
And if I don't recall, we do offer an elective.
Yeah,
taught by a member.
Yep,
right?
actually, oddly enough, Mr. Michael Mack, he actually just won. I don't want to misspeak on the award he won, but it was pretty much the President's Award for the year, a nationally recognized award that he was able to win this year as well. So, we've had, for those interested in student chapter, we've had some success. Definitely, it's a good momentum we have, and what we're looking to do is just kind of add anybody who wants to help kind of build on that.
And I remember our relationship, I mean, the association and the mechanical engineering firm goes back years.
Oh, yeah.
So I remember before I left for 10 years and came back. So we're talking probably 20 years or more. So it's been very strong,
And that's been one of our challenges, right? You know, as roles shift on the association side, as roles shift on campus,
exactly.
You know, that's been one of our challenges.
Yep.
And currently, Fitzgerald Walker, he serves as our on-campus representative for this chapter.
He's always very excited about that.
It really helps us a lot. Yeah, it helps to get the word out.
So why would a mechanical engineering student join the chapter?
Yep.
What are the benefits? What did they gain out of it?
So a lot, and that's definitely the biggest message we like to convey to the students. You know, me personally, when I was in college, I didn't do enough diligence in looking into association opportunities, other ways that I can give myself more exposure to the industry I want to end up in, and that's exactly what we can do. So as I mentioned, our 90 companies, not only are they looking for internships, they're looking for new hires constantly. So there's a constant pipeline kind of present there. By just joining the chapter, you can get access to that pipeline and see which companies are maybe looking to hire, especially internships if you're in the middle of school and, you know, still kind of looking for that level. But additionally, networking. If you're going to be staying in this area, you know, D.C., Maryland, Virginia, I'm from Baltimore. We always call it small Timor, right? Everybody, a few degrees of separation. Mm-hmm. Very similar to this market, and I think you see that on a professional layer as well. And we can help the students get that established. You know, if you know you want to end up in mechanical, you know that you want to end up in this area, we can give you access to 90 companies. You know, So
it's a full access to a huge number of companies.
Yep.
And what activities?
Unknown caller.
What activities do students get involved in? I know that there is an annual conference.
Yep. So there's a few events throughout the year. The main one is every September. It's called Great Futures. It kind of rotates where it's located. This year, I believe it's going to be in Seattle, Washington. It's a free trip for all students that are attending. So, and that's one of the beauty of the MCA in general, right? So we're local. There's an MCA national level as well that represents all across the country. All the companies that are members find this student chapter so valuable that they put funding into it annually. So, and that's ultimately how the students get access to that funding. It kind of trickles down and covers the cost of a lot of these trips. So
great opportunity to network and meet people and
exactly. And so that would be an example. So if somebody's interested, you go to school here in Maryland, but you're interested in a national opportunity, that could help get you plugged in.
So that opens up the whole country.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Additionally, we do have student chapter competition. As I mentioned, that September trip, that's usually the kickoff for our competition. It's pretty much a start to finish construction job from the mechanical lens is the best way to, quick summary of it. It rotates every year. It changes. What it is, it's a project that had been completed previously and essentially is now tasked for that student competition to see how they would do it, right? What changes they would make versus, hey, what's the reality of how it ended up being, so they can kind of grade it on that scale. But assuming all goes well, and there's a grading scale, and everybody gets graded, all the teams that submit. I believe this past year there was about 30 teams from across the country that submitted a chapter.
Competed.
Yeah, and we actually won chapter of the year, which was kind of a side element besides the competition. But we were able to compete in that this year. Maryland finished 9th this year, so we're hoping to maybe expand on that and see if we can get to top 4.
Well, I mean, it sounds like great opportunities for students.
Harry Dankovich,
Yeah.
Chair of the Department. Pleasure to meet you as well.
Randall.
I come from one meeting to the next, so I don't have the time to look. So you have to tell me about yourself.
Yeah,
so I know
no.
more about who you are.
Start from the top.
Yes, absolutely.
So, last question. How does the association view diversity?
Oh, huge. Right now, the industry alone is really going through a big shift. Diversity on a few levels. Diversity from backgrounds of hires, diversity from understanding. Technology is becoming integral in the industry. Something that comes to mind, Bluebeam, for example. Pretty much all drafts and everything that used to be written in hand is now kind of gone digital. So a lot of shifts going on in the industry, and it's a great time to be in that. I can speak to our level. Our board, for example, is comprised of representative from about 10 different companies, and their biggest concern right now is they want to backfill, right? They're trying to get their next leadership identified. Future people are retiring, so new opportunities are opening up. But even just getting fresh blood into their companies, that's becoming like a direct concern almost, just to stay ahead, right? Especially the companies that are cutting edge and trying to stay ahead of the industry trends. They're the ones who are really looking to stay keen on hiring as much different minds from many different backgrounds as they can.
Great. Well, thank you again, and we look forward to your presentation.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Yep.